friends, happy Sunday. Friends, we were hoping to get out of the house, drive somewhere, walk somewhere. It's just so cold. The kids would complain anywhere we were outside, and we can't even just take a scenic drive. It's winter. The trees just look like dead twigs. The grass is brown. There's nothing to see. It's cloudy and gloomy and windy and cold, and we've spent hours looking online trying to figure out something that would work. So we just gave up. I'm gonna go put my hair up since I don't need my hat. Maybe even change out of this humongous sweatshirt because this was all for being outside. And yeah, we wasted a lot of our weekend day. I'm gonna try to go be productive. quiet day. I've been doing a lot of miniature work. Let me show you what I have so far. So, none of this is glued together. I'm just propping it up. I'm still working on painting all the core pieces. But here's what it's supposed to look like. Obviously, I need to make a ton more stuff, and I don't know if I want it that busy. But here's what mine is looking like. So as you can see, let's prop this up here. I was not a fan of the orange and yellow, so this one was orange. I made it distressed dark brown. That was yellow. I made it distressed dark brown. I still need to put the hardware back on. This one was orange, and I had this green from the nursery. So I just thought it'd be fun because of the green fabric they gave us. And I painted this kind of, it looks red here, but it was quite pink, so it might need a few more coats still. They already had this blue, so I changed the red chair to blue. I also sewed the chair instead of gluing it. And since there was extra green fabric, I sewed a little cushion. My table, I'm gonna knock everything off. I painted dark brown. That is just some craft paint I mixed up, and I put some glaze on it. As you can see, nothing is glued together right now. So it's all gonna keep falling over while I'm talking to you. Oh my goodness, we're just gonna leave these little guys like this for now. Let's see, I don't love the matte look to this, but I might just keep it for now. I need to build the ladder and this little shelf. I hope it fits in there. That's just so tiny, but we'll see. It's supposed to. I will make those and see if I need to paint them. I don't know. If the ladder is going to be like, I think it's going to have to be back here, because I don't love the chair and the table being hidden in the back like that. Let me show you what they do. So they put this back here, which would be fine. It's just, it's completely covered up by all this. So I was just playing around with it right now, and I think I like the chair being out here, though I'm not sure how I want the table to be yet. Just added some more glue because the tablecloth was just out of control, so I need to fuss with that. But yeah, so I moved this back a little bit, and so the ladder's gonna have to fit in this space here. I don't know, what do you think? I just threw some stuff up on the shelves just to give you guys an idea. There's gonna be a ton of artwork up here on the wall. That's the biggest one. These little flower pots are so annoying. I don't know if they glue things down. I don't really want to, but I have to figure out where this is gonna live because everything's gonna keep falling over. I might be able to use some sort of a sticky putty to get some of these annoying things to stick. There's a lot of things like these little postcards, bookmarks that are just piled up in various places in their examples. There's some of these bookmarks and stuff. So I don't know, but this is my status. Oh, I did not want to use this paper. Here it is over here. Hi, paper. This is what they give us. It's a lot darker than in the picture, and it's also just, can you be quieter, please? It's a little cheap looking. I thought it would look too busy and cheap. So far I've done like one coat of dark brown, and I'm gonna decide if I want to try to draw some lines to make it look like wood planks and then glaze it or just leave it like this. I'm just gonna let things be for now. It's time for bed, but that is what I've done so far. Okay, well, now it is time for us to get ready for bed. The boys are doing something mysterious. I don't know. They need to start reading before they run out of time. I am just filling up that humidifier. I've had it running since 3. It still says 20% humidity in here. I think I figured out that that clock does not show the humidity level lower than 20. It bottoms out at 20%. Never goes under that. I've never seen it any lower. And when it's super dry in here, it will stay on 20 for so long before it starts creeping up. And normally if it's like on 30, which is low as it is, and I run the humidifier with the door closed, it starts ticking up like right away. So I think it is way lower than 20%, and it's just gonna be a while before it gets up. Last night when we woke up, it was around 21%, and by the time I got out of bed, like less than an hour later, it was at 23 or 24. So I think overnight it's just super dry. I keep standing on this creaky spot and it's so annoying. I hate creaky floors. Anyway, I think doing a craft has helped a little bit on my mood. I have not gone outside at all today, not even on the porch, not to get the mail. Yesterday I only hopped in the car and drove to the library and came right back, so a little stir crazy. I just do indoor jogs in place for my exercise when I can't get outside. I guess what you would do on a treadmill, but I don't have a treadmill, so I just run. There's one spot in the kitchen. If I run there, then Ziggy does not try to jump up and down on me. If I run around the room or just stand in the living room and run, he freaks out and thinks it's playtime. But that one spot, he just stands off to the side and stares at me suspiciously, but he won't jump up and down and bark and shove toys at me. So that's why I do it in that weird spot. There's really not much else to say, and I just chatted with you about the dollhouse after I talked. Guys, gentle. Just say gentle. Jax overreacts. I'm not gonna look until you're good. Go read a book and I'll come see. Anyway, he's making a surprise, but they're not listening and they're not getting on with what they're supposed to do, so I'm not gonna go look at it until I see him being good. Anyway, after I showed you the dollhouse, well, it's not a dollhouse, the miniature set, I fussed with it a little bit more, so that's what that additional view was. I'm sure I will change it and change it and change it, but I really wanted to... You guys are being way too loud. Sorry. I'm sure I'll mess with it a lot, but I really wanted to see everything together to kind of get an idea of if I'm liking the colors and the balance of all the shades. So far, so good. I do have those 2 more pieces to build. And then it will be lots of boxes and fake books. Like I did all of the books that are like wrapped around pieces of wood. I have some that have opening pages to do still, like little accordion. I have to accordion fold it and then glue the cover on. So I have probably like 5 more of those to do, and then a ton of ones that are just like an open box and it just looks like a bunch of books all in a line on a shelf. It looks really fake, so I don't want those to be front and center like they do in their layout. Those are going to be behind glass and low on shelves, just filler. I want the more realistic books to be what you notice, so I won't be filling my shelves like they do. But anyway, I've talked about that a lot, so you're probably sick of it. That's just all I did. This weekend we opened up the present I gave Dan for Christmas. I almost said Halloween. It was an apple core slicer, like apple peeler core spiralizer. And man, that thing, you can do it in like 5 seconds, have the whole apple done, and it makes this like slinky apple you might have seen in yesterday's video. Today I didn't film it, but the only way I can eat apples right now without my entire mouth swelling up inside and like bleeding and blistering, and it's just not good. I don't know why I'm suddenly allergic to apples. Well, not, it's been a while. Since the pandemic started is when it really hit, like that spring. I can only eat them if they're peeled and cooked. So since he suggested I open up his present, he hasn't used it yet. He can't have apple peels either, but he can have raw apples. I opened that up yesterday and I'm like, wow, that makes it so much easier for me to try to go through this massive stockpile of apples we have from the school bus. I can cook them and eat them as a dessert. I just put a spoonful of cinnamon sugar, a spoonful of brown sugar, stir it all up. If I'm making a lot, I'll cook it on the stove and I'll put a lot more of everything in. But if I'm just doing one bowl, which is like 2 small apples, I'll do that and I'll stick it in the microwave for like 1.5 minutes, stirring halfway. And then I put cinnamon granola on top, and it's just like an apple crisp. It's so good. Pretty healthy too. Like, there's just the fat from the granola and obviously added sugar. You can adjust that. So I'm happy. My mouth is mostly okay. I did have something trigger an allergy in my mouth earlier this week before I had any apples. And sometimes one side of my lower jaw swells, like right there. If I were to show you, it's pretty gross because I have a long cut in it from my retainer. Like, I couldn't wear my bottom retainer for 2 days. It just didn't fit. It doesn't fit when that happens. And I was able to almost get it on last night. And usually when I can almost get it on, I just put it on halfway, and when I fall asleep it kind of snaps into place and I don't notice that it hurts because I'm asleep. But I do wake up with kind of a line there. I can't really do it until I know it's not going to super cut me. It's kind of like a scratch. I'll have to try it on tonight and see if that bothers me, but I don't want to go too many days without wearing it. I've been wearing those things just about every night since I was 16. Only skipped in cases like this when it just not working out. I have a very sensitive mouth. I'm prone to canker sores from allergies and cuts. They just instantly turn into that. Sebastian got it from me. So that's my fun mouth story. I know you just were dying to hear that. Anyway, I'm just gonna stop because I am talking about stuff that doesn't even matter. I'm gonna get changed and do this video, do some Animal Crossing, finally do some braiding. Oh, my wrist is fine today. I skipped braiding. I took off that wrap that I was wearing because the texture was bothering me. So I just went to bed just really careful to keep it straight. By the time I woke up, the carpal tunnel pains were gone. So I just always have to be really careful because I've had some pretty bad stretches with that where it was a month or 2 to heal. So yeah, that was good. Last minute update. Gonna say goodnight now. Please stay safe, guys. There's a mutation going around. It hasn't really taken hold here in the US, but it's here, so it's going to. We're finally dropping down in numbers because the holiday waves are finally finishing. I know all the sore losers are very suspicious about how magically when we get a new president the numbers are dropping, but it's seriously just timing. I don't love how everybody's instantly like, let's open schools at the exact same time as the president getting inaugurated. I don't know. That seems just weird, like a bad timing. I know it's probably lining up with vaccinations, which are terrible in our state. They're so behind. They're out of them. They're canceling appointments. So I'm just going to wait and see. I feel like there's a lot of question marks when it comes to the vaccine and the new mutations and how contagious that is, and maybe even deadly, according to the UK. I watch a lot of BBC News. So yeah, all that to say, I'll update you on that when I know more. Good night, stay safe, and don't forget, wash your hands.